now we wait. Wait for people to jump on. We need these no more. Yep, we had one viewer there for a minute, but they've done jumped off. Well, here's the first viewer. Somebody's on. Got 2 viewers on. All right. Now don't be shy. Say something. I'm trying to think of how long it took. That's y'all ask me anything you want. Well, not anything, but about barbecue. Probably wasn't a good idea to do this on the 4th of July. Got 2 people watching. Nobody's talking. Salt, pepper, and fire. Finally got somebody on. What's up, salt, pepper, and fire? I figured I'd get too many people today on 4th of July, but heck with it, man. What you cooking today? Who built my pit? I built that pit. Built it in about 4.5 days. Worked my butt off on it. My design and everything. That's just exactly the way that I wanted to build that pit, man. It works like a charm. It's rocking about 275 right now on some ribs. That's a 250-gallon offset smoker I built back in February. How long is it? So that's a 250-gallon propane tank, and if memory serves right, I think just the cook chamber from there to there is 84 inches, and then the firebox over here from there to there is 40 inches, and it's a 24-inch diameter piece of pipe. It's 3/8 of an inch thick, and cook chamber is 30-inch diameter by 84 inches long. All together, it's about 13 foot long, round about. Yeah, I hear you, man. I kind of get burnt out on barbecuing, but I'm trying to keep up my videos from week to week. Salt and pepper, salt, pepper, and fire. I hear you. I just kept it simple. I've been working nights, so I woke up at noon. Figured I'd do these evening cooks, stay out of the heat. It's still hot as heck out here, but can't go wrong with a dino rib. I'm gonna do another one of them cooks here after a while. I got a brother-in-law that's never ate dino ribs before. He lives right here in Texas. He's never had dino ribs before, so I'm gonna invite him over one weekend and show him what it's all about. So you live in Alabama? There you go. Live in Alabama. On 150. On 150. That's not hard to build, man. We can knock that out in a couple of days. We just got to make sure we got everything before we start. But I've been keeping an eye on Facebook Marketplace and in this area around here, and that's pretty much all you can find right now is 150 gallons and a 250 here and there. But there's 150-gallon propane tanks everywhere. You can get them for about $100. It's just everything else that you got to buy for the build is where you stack up the money. On my 250-gallon back there, I had a friend give me the pit and the pipe, and then I hustled everything else up, and I spent about with welding wire, everything all together, including consumables. I put about $1,200 into that pit back there just to build it. So we could definitely build you one, though, man. It wouldn't be hard. You gotta know how to weld, which I do know how to weld good enough. Alabama, you a big Roll Tide fan? We got 3 people on. Ooh, my kids are out there blowing stuff up in the yard with fireworks. Dang, you played for Alabama. Now that's cool, dude. So for the longest time, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I hated Alabama. I'm a Texas Longhorns fan. When we lost that '09 national championship, man, that broke my dadgum heart. I ain't gonna lie. Texas ain't been the same since then either, man. Y'all kicked us in the freaking nuts, and we stayed down. But heck, we play in week 2. We'll see. We'll see how that goes down. I don't expect to win that game, but maybe we can keep it close, or y'all end up skull dragging. It's one of the two. Y'all are definitely one of the best teams in college football, no doubt. And I don't know if Texas will ever be back. Maybe getting all these high-profile recruits. Seen it before, but we'll see if it happens. Played at Alabama. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so I mean, the last few hires, we were supposed to have a coach and some dang good players, and nothing panned out. And I really thought that Tom Herman was going to be the guy that turned it around for us, and he did. He was doing good in that second year, and then after that, he went to crap. I don't know what happened there. That heralded second-ranked recruiting class that we had from 2018, they didn't pan out. That's the thing with college football is because you're getting the top recruits don't mean you're going to win with them. You still got to develop them. Yeah, Sark's. Look, there ain't no doubt. Sark's a dead-gum good offensive coordinator, but I don't know. His track record as a head coach is it's not really there. He's subpar, so we'll see. And I hope to God they do good. I hope they do good. There's one of my chickens back there. Hey, I mean, y'all had some good offensive coordinators come in Alabama, man. Y'all just block and reload. Bill O'Brien will probably get it coming around y'all's way. Y'all were a young team last year. Y'all weren't supposed to make a national championship last year. Coach Saban coached his butt off on that and got y'all to a championship. So, I mean, y'all definitely overachieved last year. Being young, y'all are going to probably win it all this year, though. That Bryce Young, that dude, he's good. So if you look back at Sark's first year, I think he was up and down too. I'm trying to think what was his first year? Was it 2017, 2018? But his first year Alabama was up and down too. So I mean, you got to get in there and get used to what's going on. I didn't care for Bill O'Brien as a coach by far. I didn't care for him, but you got that kind of talent, man. You just put anybody back there that'll do good. Y'all, excuse me for just 1 minute. I've got to check these ribs I got going. Those are done. Right here, let them cool off for a little bit. All right, my spare ribs are done. Let them rest for a while before I slice into them. I kind of, when I did this live stream the other day, I had some spare ribs going and got a little bit too drunk and ended up overcooking them to my liking. Everybody else loved them, but I don't like my ribs that damn tender. They were falling off the dead gum bone. I was like, damn it, I overcooked these bastards. But it happens. Yeah, we're starting to pick up now. We got 6 people on here. Oh, shit. 7. 7 people. Back down to 6. Lost somebody. Judge Wet. Pretty chilly 4th. Where y'all be at, man? I tell you what. I don't mind sweating, but it is getting old. But I'm not very tough when it comes to cold weather. I'd rather sweat and sit there and freeze my butt off. I hate cold weather. It gets me. Where you from, Judge Wet? Or where you at? Close to 100 degrees tomorrow. That's oh, you're saying it's a. I got you. Pretty chilly. Yeah, it's probably right now. I think it's about 92 degrees. Let's see what my weather app says. If they ever load. It's a balmy 90 degrees here now. Northeast Indiana. But it's pretty up there. Y'all give me a second. I gotta grab a beer. Alright, sorry guys. Just handed my ribs off to my old lady. She can bring them in the house. Dang it, I lost all my viewers. Shit. Northeast Indiana. Yeah, I think you're the only one still here, man. I didn't mean to get up and leave everybody, but I had to get those ribs put in the house and grab me a beer. I didn't figure I'd get too many people up on here today, with it being 4th of July holiday, but there were certain guys on my YouTube channel that were asking if I was going to go live again and all that, and I told them I'd do it today so they could hop on, but it's 4th of July. They probably out doing stuff. Yep, you got to take care of business. I got a video that I'm shooting on a poor man's brisket back there, chuck roast. I'm about to take care of here in a little bit. It ain't quite there. I did one on fire management earlier in the heat of the day. That's fun. Yep, I built that pit myself. I built it back in February. I had me an old country Brazos. I'm messing with, and I just wanted to cook more barbecue, and I was actually selling a little bit on the side here and there to family and friends. So I needed to upgrade and get a bigger pit. So I built that 250 gallon offset smoker back there. Fit about 8 to 10 briskets on it at one time. Oh, somebody came back. Or we got a new viewer. One of the two. So I figure I'm going to go live till I got to pop fireworks with the kids. Well, they got back off. Coming and going. Yeah, you can put some meat out on that. And so I had me a good chunk of change saved up for a little while, and I really wanted to buy a pit, but every time I would find one for sale around here and I'd look at it, there was just little things that I didn't like about it. Like the firebox was too small, or the stack was too short, or the smoke collector didn't match the firebox exchange, and just my basic knowledge of pits and airflow. And I was like, man, I'm tired of looking. I'm just gonna go ahead and build my own and build it the way I want it. So that was the upside of it, is I built it exactly how I want it, put the gauges where I wanted it at, pretty much engineered it the way that I wanted it, and it runs like a champ, man. It's doing good now. I gotta check this right quick. Hold on. We're looking good. Yep. Fire, smoke, and airflow is where the magic happens at. No doubt about it. Got that little chuck roast. I'm used to taking them whole briskets, and I don't even use internal temp on briskets no more. I'm used to taking them whole briskets and filling them for being broke down and all that. That's a little chuck roast right there, a little 3-pound chuck roast, and I don't have the I don't have the convenience of cooking that by feel, so I'm just checking internal temp. I'll bring it to about an internal temp of 195 and let it rest for a couple hours and slice it. Somebody keeps flirting with getting on and off here. I may hop back on this thing way later. Everybody gets through their festivities. I got to stay up all night long. I go back to work tomorrow night. Dang, guess it's just me and you. What? Oh, you got another question right there. I need to pull my head out my butt. Look. What wood do I prefer to use? Man, I'm red oak all day long. That's what I like to use. This cook right here, I'm using my mixed fire oak, my mixed oak. But when it comes to briskets or anything, red oak is what works for me. I've tried everyone in Texas is hung up on post oak, and post oak's good wood to smoke with. There ain't nothing wrong with it, but in my opinion, red oak's a little bit more smokier, and it's got a better flavor in it than post oak does to me. So I'm red oak all the way. And every now and again, I like to change it up and use a little bit of pecan. I ain't used none in quite a while, but pecan's also pretty good. It just burns a little bit quicker. Red oak, you put some dense logs on a hot coal bed, and that red oak will take right off and do its thing. It'll bust off real quick, and it burns a little bit hotter than post oak does, but it also burns just probably about just as slow. But it works good for me. That's what I use on all my meats. Oh, it's finally cooling off out here. I can't believe more people had showed up. What's up, Lone Star? Where am I located? I am located in Bleakwood, Texas. East Texas, Southeast Texas. Over here where it's hot as all get out. Probably a lot cooler in Indiana than it is down here in Texas. Y'all got a different kind of heat up there. Y'all's is dry. We got a bunch of humidity down here. Air Force training. I mean, Texas is Texas, man. Winters are cold as crap when they want to be, and summers are hot as heck. Pretty much our summer this year started around April. Probably won't end till like October. Probably have we typically down here in Southeast Texas don't get about maybe 2.5 months of winter. That's about it. Other than that, everything's pretty mild. What you want, dog? Damn, no viewers. Yeah, so I would have to say my favorite season is definitely fall. I like the fall weather. It's nice. I can go riding horses and stuff, and I don't care for winter. I like maybe a week of it, and then I'm done with it. But the summertime around here, I like going and swimming and stuff. Man, it's pretty hot. Silith, however you say that. What's up, man? Checking in from Dallas, Texas. I don't know exactly how to say that, but man, I tried. Silith. Yep, fall season is my favorite season. Thank you, man. Yep. Yep, this is probably like my 40th cook on this thing. It take me long to figure it out, get it dialed in. I built it. Damn, your job gives you a summer break. Wish my dadgum job would do that. We could take off, but we ain't getting paid for it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Panchucko, what's up, dude? What are you doing? Come to party? Oh, you teach high school. That's cool. Yeah, you get your summer break with when you're teaching. You get out when the kids get out. I think you go back a little bit earlier than they do, but still, you get you a good break, man. There ain't nothing wrong with that. My hats go off to teachers dealing with them damn kids you got to deal with these days. You on old country brazos. Yeah, if I remember right, you're one of my first, some of my first followers since I started trying to make my YouTube videos. Did you do any of the mods to your old country that I did to mine? Old Panchucko, he likes that. He likes the bourbon. All the guests are gone. Time to relax. I ain't quite got to the relaxing part yet. I got to pop some fireworks with my kids when it gets dark. Old bourbon. Yeah, I would definitely do that. Sillieth. Definitely do that. Because man, that was the problem that I have in my whole country is that them hot spots right in the middle of the damn smoker. Taking that baffle plate out and then extending that smokestack to help you. That's like I said on here the other day. One of the first smokes I did, it was windy outside, and I was trying to run that old smoker, that old Brazos, that old country Brazos, and man, I was getting backdraft through it when the wind would pick up. Man, I was like, man, this ain't worth shit. So the next day, I cut that deadgum baffle out, and then I built a smoke collector and stuck it on there and welded it on with a bigger stack or a taller stack, not bigger, around. But that'll definitely help it out, and it'll run like one of them high dollar pits, like the mill scales and the Franklins and all that. If you take and do that to that old country, you'll pay a quarter of the price. Old Judge Webb, he's got some bourbon too. I try not to hit up too much hard liquor too often. And that piece that you in that old country, when you cut that baffle off, take that baffle, move it up about an inch above your cooking grate, and tack weld it to the side, and it'll act as a heat diffuser and spread your heat out evenly and not down and then up. You're seeing a lot of action in here today, but I am grateful for the few of you that did show up. Well, what you gonna get? What are you looking at? You gonna get a pit builder to build what you want, or are you going with some name brand, or what? If I was gonna save up my money and go buy a smoker, there's two of them that really stick out to me that I liked a whole lot, and that was the Mill Scales and the Mobergs. Those two stuck out to me. They got the oversized fire boxes on them. One's got a smoke collector, one's got a 90. I'm more of a smoke collector guy myself, but if I had to go out and spend my own money on it, and I had that kind of money, I would go with the Mill Scale all day long. And then the third one I really like, the dude makes good pits and knows what he's doing, is Primitive Pits. Those are nice too. But LSG, so a Lang, Patio, Card, or Outlaw, are those? So I've never seen one of them. Is that the vertical cabinet or is it an actual offset? ACG. Let's say what is ACG? I still ain't figured out how to retract messages off of live chat, so I'll just be retyping. Well, we got 5 people on. Maybe we can get some more conversation going here. It's an offset made out of pipe. What size is it? Is it made out of 24-inch pipe, 20-inch pipe? Maybe I can look it up right here. So yeah, I've got a whole video on that dyno ribs. If you'll go to the Mike Brown barbecue playlist, that is one of the first videos I shot with my new camera. So everything's kind of my audio's a little messed up at the end. Everything before that's good. Some of the audio's a little rough in here. I had a cheap microphone that I bought off of Amazon. That's the first video I made where I started making YouTube videos serious, but it's definitely on there. And yeah, them dino ribs were bomb. That was the best ones I cooked to date. So how long have I been barbecuing? Man. So an old man that used to live down the street from me, I kept my horses at. He was like a grandpa to me. Well, I used to go over there and help him take care of stuff, break horses and all that. Every evening we would cook something, whether it be on a barbecue pit or on a stove outside. And he got me into to grilling and just throwing stuff on a little stainless steel barbecue pit that he had. And so I guess you could say I've been doing it 15. I started taking it real serious here about 10 years ago, learning offsets and all that, and putting out, decent. I guess I'll tell you this: about 10 years ago, I put out a brisket that was worth the crap after screwing about 6 of them up. So I've been running offsets for about 10 years. Well, salt, pepper, and fire is back. Yep. Yeah, I figured I seen all these guys making YouTube videos out of barbecuing, and some of them are learning along the way, and figuring it out. And that's pretty cool to share your journey on like that with YouTube. I wish I could have had that opportunity to start out from scratch and show my journey from going from an old cheap char griller to a pellet smoker to an offset. Pretty much how I went on mine. But I wish I could have documented it, all that stuff. But I came into YouTube already knowing how to do just about all this stuff. So my goal for this channel is to get everybody educated and help somebody out that might need to learn. Yep, salt, pepper, and fire. He's the biggest YouTuber in here right now. Celebrity. What's up, Chloe and Chase? My brother in the chat. Want me to say hi to him? Hey, man, I'm telling you, you're probably the biggest one in here right now, salt, pepper, fire. How many subscribers you got now? You're up to 600 and something now, huh? I know one thing, I ain't gonna drink as much beer as I did on here the other day, man. I got pretty tore up that night. Mixing some waters into it. It's freaking been hot today. Yeah, 600 something. Yep, it makes you celebrity. If you're over 500, man, you're somebody. $600 subscribers. How long have you so I ain't went and creeped on your YouTube page, but how long have you been doing this? Salt, pepper, fire. What's your real name, man? Somebody told me the other day, but I don't think I recall. I don't want to call you by the wrong name. I'd rather get it right. John. All right. See, I was thinking it was something else. For some reason I was thinking it was Jimmy or something. So I'm glad I didn't call you by your wrong name. So I'm gonna call you John now. So how long you been in the YouTube game, John? Well, we got 8 people on here now. So you've been going at it for 4 years. I've been on YouTube a total of 13 years, but I didn't start making videos till around when I bought that old country Brazos when I started making videos. So that was around, I think, July of last year. So almost, well, right at a year for me. Oh, we got Fire and Steel BBQ in the house. What's up? Yeah, I started out making videos on my cell phone, man. They were some shitty videos. I'm surprised we got any dead subscribers from that, but I did. I ended up with like 100. Then when I started taking this serious, making better videos and getting better with my video editing, I started getting some subscribers. Oh, Fire and Steel. He from Central Texas. Oh man, that ain't worth the darn. Your AC went out on the 4th of July. Oh man, that sucks. It's hot as shit in Texas too, man. It is hot. I'm taking you got an AC in the attic. I wouldn't want to be up there if there wasn't one. AC went out. I was having problems with my AC here a couple weeks ago, and I hadn't cleaned none of the condenser coils or evaporator coils or none of that. I did all that. It helped it out a whole lot. But I feel for you, man. Hopefully you get your AC fixed here soon. It ain't worth the crap. Still ain't working. Probably couldn't get nobody out there to look at it on 4th of July either. I know our local AC guy around these parts, you call them, they tell you it's a 2 or 3 week lead time so they can get to you. Now we got 9 on. We started to pick up a little bit. Maybe I started this thing a little bit too early. AC out. Damn, that sucks. What are you doing, boy? You want to sleep with the freezer door open? There you go. I don't know, man. You ain't got no good meat in there. You might be barbecuing all the next day, cooking everything that thawed out. Yep, be in there cooking everything that thawed out. Back when I was growing up, when I was a kid, we didn't have real good AC in my house. Sometimes we sit there with the deadgum refrigerator door open to get a cool breeze in the summer. Daddy, you get mad at us. Yeah, I'm gonna build another smoker, man. So I wanna build me a bigger one. So my next build is gonna be a 500 gallon. Is what I want to build next. I'm gonna graduate up to 1,000 gallon eventually, and eventually I'm gonna do some catering and sell some barbecue on the side. But I'm gonna get me a 500 gallon. This one here is just gonna be my backyard pit. And I may put it on a trailer one day and do something with it. But I'm definitely gonna build a 500 gallon on a trailer to do some catering and maybe start a barbecue business one day. Build it and get a little time to play with it, figure it out. But I definitely know exactly how I want to build it, and I've got everything down. I'm just saving up the money right now. And in the wintertime, I'll build that sucker when I decide to build it. I got to get a 500 gallon propane tank first. That's been the big issue is I ain't been able to find one in this immediate area that I can go pick up. So I've been keeping my eye out for that on Facebook Marketplace and looking for a good deal. There was one on Facebook around here the other day, probably about 2 months ago, but they wanted like $800 for that 500 gallon propane tank, and I ain't paying that much for one. I'll probably be able to find one for about $300, $400 eventually. Just keep my eyes open on it. Yeah, it's a dang nice backyard pit. So I mean, for the longest, I was messing with that old country, and you got to put small splits in there to keep that thing going. And I was having to split my wood down. It was just a big pain in the butt. So I decided, you know what, I'm fixing to build me a pit big enough where I can put full size splits in it, and I ain't got to do all this crap. And after graduating to that 250 gallon up there, right there, I mean, it makes everything a breeze. It's way easier than running that old country. People that run offset smokers, especially cheap offset smokers, my hat goes off for y'all, because to run a perfect fire in that, you've got to be right there on top of that deadgum thing. And it took me a couple of weeks to learn my old country, figure it out what it liked. Even after I did the modification to it, and figure it out and get it running right. Then when I went to this, and I was like, man, shit, this is easy. And my theory is that it'll keep going easier. The bigger your pit, the less the drop. Like I've got that one right there. I just did a fire management video on it today. I can go on there. I can put my 4 logs on there and tighten my fire up, loosen it up, whatever I need to accommodate my temp, and let it burn down to a new coal bed, and then put 4 more logs on, and I don't hardly drop off my temp at all. It picks right back up and goes on with it. It runs like a Cadillac. So it's all good. What's up, Don? Yeah, that Oklahoma Joe, man, it's definitely got its flaws. I don't know if you've done any mods to your Oklahoma Joe, but for one, the stack is way too damn small on that thing, and the firebox is too small too. And they're not built out of real thick metal. I think Brisket Medic and Riley Smoke did a video on them on their cheap offsets, which was the Pecos, and they lined it with that fire brick in there. That's what I'd recommend you do with that. Put that fire brick in it, where you can build that fire right there on the bottom of it without burning that thin metal out. And then I would definitely do something to get a bigger stack on that, because that's my hang up with the Oklahoma Joes is its stack ain't but maybe 3 inches, 2.5 inches, and it just don't pull enough deadgum airflow. So you're going to fight the crap out of that. It's already a struggle on a smaller smoker to do that, and then when you ain't got a stack that accommodates your firebox for your airflow, man, it's a freaking fight the whole way, dude. I feel you on that. It don't take much, man. You can go to Harbor Freight and buy you a little Cracker Jack welder. I built that one back there with a titanium 125. You can do it, man. I definitely do it. Yeah, so you got that fan blowing in there. You got to be careful with that fan, not blow a bunch of ash up in your firebox. I've been guilty of it on this one. So you got a 24 by 54 100 gallon. Yeah, that's a good 24-inch firebox. You can put full size splits in that, fire and steel. Yeah, it makes everything a difference. The bigger smoker it is, the easier it is to run. That's your is that one your Lone Star grill? I can't tell you how many times I wasted dead money buying char griller after char griller, just burn them out. It's a Matt's barbecue pit. Never heard of Matt's barbecue pit before. I'd check into that. Matt's barbecue pit. There's so many people making pits now, man. It's unreal. You probably get just about anything you want if you got the money. Here's some legit questions here, Mr. Bill Moody. Appreciate you joining us, Bill. So, 1, could you run a collector into a long 90 for your exhaust? I don't see no benefit in that. Either you're going to run the 90 or you're going to run the collector. The collector probably does a better job of taking your hot spot off your grate and putting it back closer to the exhaust. The way the Mobergs and all that are built is there's a bigger 90 going up to a smaller exhaust, and it works to get the hot spot off too. But I think the smoke collector, in my opinion, works a little bit better. Number 2, does that 250 use a lot more wood than your old Brazos? So yeah, naturally it uses more wood than my Brazos did, but not that much more wood. The thing about it right now is it's summertime. I can put 4 dense logs on there, and I can get 2.5 hours of burn time out of it with my door shut just right and my stack wide open, and it'll burn like heck. I've been sitting on this live stream for 50 minutes, and I'm running about 290. I'm fixing to have to manage the fire, but I put that setup on there at about right at 6:30. So I mean, I've got an hour and a half burn time out of that. Depending on what I'm smoking, I'll use more wood. But for a short cook, no, probably not. 3, will you change anything on your next build? Nah, I don't think I'm gonna change nothing. I like the way that everything's performing on this pit right here. If I had a pit run just like this as a 500 gallon, I'd be completely satisfied also. So I won't change nothing. I may change something like on the designs, on the handles and hinges and all that. But as far as the dynamics go, I won't change nothing. It'll have a little bit taller stack and a slightly bigger smoke collector and maybe a slightly bigger firebox. That's about it. But that just comes with the dimensions of building smaller and bigger smokers. Yay, boy. Do I like Traeger? Oh, shit. You like Traeger Smart Grill. So, back when I was wanting to get into the pellet grill game, I checked out a Traeger, and I didn't really like how it was built for the price. They looked like they were real cheaply built. So, and at that time, I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a pellet grill because I didn't know what I was getting into. So, I bought a Pit Boss Austin XL, and I ran it for about 3 years. Put some good Q out on it, but at the end of the day, I got bored with it. I wanted to go ahead and get back in the stick burner game. Pellet grills, people knock pellet grills all the time, and got a lot of negative things to say about them, but they're convenient. I own 2 pellet grills. I own a Rectech Bull that pretty much my old lady uses now. That's her grill. And then I own a cabinet pellet smoker that I built custom made that I can burn logs and pellets in when I was trying to replicate stick burner flavor on a pellet grill. And it got close, but nothing's ever going to replicate a stick burner. I don't care what it is. It just didn't get close. But to me, I think the Traegers, you're not getting the best bang for your buck with a Traeger. I think they're built out of too thin of metal to pay that much for them. I think they're like, what, $1,300, $1,200, somewhere in there. If you're going to buy a pellet grill, I would definitely look into like Pits and Spits, Lone Star grills. Yoder's got a pretty heavy duty pellet smoker, and Rectech has got a good one too. Rectech to me has got the best controller in the game. I prefer my offset when I have the time and patience to do it right. A pellet smoker when I don't. Hey man, same here, dude. When I don't feel like getting out there and messing with this offset, I'll fire up the my cabinet smoker in there. I don't use my Rectech no more, but that cabinet smoker, I can get some damn good flavor on that, and it'll do good. If it's raining too hard out here, or if I just don't have time, the good thing about that pellet smoker that I built is I can put my meat on there and I can go to bed and wake up the next morning and it's done. And call me crazy, but I can actually do chicken better on that pellet smoker than I can do it on this offset. Just comes out with crispier skin and a better flavor. Sometimes I oversmoke my chicken. You didn't have a good experience with a pellet grill, huh? Yeah, tell us what happened. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When I first got mine, I about gave up on it. It pissed me off. I went to freaking deadgum HEB and bought this $80 deadgum prime grade brisket, and I thought, yeah, man, I ain't got to do nothing. I can put this brisket on and I can go to bed. I woke up the next morning and dadgum, my temperature said 80 degrees. There wasn't no heat coming out of it. I was like, man, what the hell happened? And I popped that dadgum, took all the internals out of it and looked down at the fire pot, and all my pellets were down in the bottom. The dadgum, it flamed out overnight and filled the bottom of that pellet grill up with nothing but pellets, man. I was so pissed. That brisket probably didn't smoke for about 2 hours on there before that fire flamed out. It fed too much pellets at one time, and it flamed that fire out, and then it filled the whole dadgum thing up with pellets. And I started to hit the restart button on it, but I was glad I didn't. I'm glad I went there and investigated it, because I would have burnt that damn pellet grill down, man. If I would have burnt that pile of pellets in the bottom of there. But I went ahead and gave it another chance. I started out with like some ribs on it and then worked my way back up to the brisket. Newest trigger LSG, $4,000. I'll tell you what, I'll never pay $4,000 for a damn grill. I could take that $4,000 and I can build me something. Now, I can build a 500-gallon smoker with $4,000. I'll tell you that right now. There ain't no way I'll ever dump that to a dead gum grill, unless it was like a mill scale or something big and nice. It died half a dozen times. Died half a dozen times a year. Weber kept replacing parts. Oh, you had that dead gum Weber pellet grill. Yeah, I looked at one of them in person. I could tell them suckers were junk. Oh, at least they bought it back for them from you, but it didn't save y'all the heartache. Replacing all the internals. There was a lot of problems with those them Weber pellet grills when they first had them out. Man, they were junk. Most of them. I mean, I don't know. I'm just not a pellet grill guy no more. Every time I try to smoke on my stick burner. Like I said, there's a few things that I'd rather do on the pellet smoker. That one that I built, whole turkeys. I'll do beer can turkeys on that thing for Thanksgiving. It makes everything real easy. But yeah, pellet smokers got their place in the barbecue world, though. I ain't gonna knock them. Yeah. So I was skeptical about the pellet smokers and stuff for a while. I went out and instead of being hopping on and judging and knocking everybody that uses a pellet smoker, I went out and bought one, found out for myself, and it was good. It got the job done, especially when you upgrade to a better pellet smoker. My first one was a Pit Boss, my second one was a Rec Tech, and then my third one I built myself. I wasn't going to put another $1,200 into a small grill. I wanted to sell some barbecue. I'll do a video on that one that I built one day and showed to y'all, but I got to get that barn in there cleaned up where it stays at. That sucker's heavy, and it doesn't move. It weighs about 2,000 pounds. You don't just move it around when you want to. We got 5 in the live chat. All right, guys, if you'll excuse me just 1 second. Don't leave. I got to go grab some wood and throw back on my fire. All right, I'm back. That's right, Judge Webb. Asking old Salt and Pepper if he's ready for the competition. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, Salt and Pepper's in it too. That's right. I want to see y'all elevate your game. See what you're gonna put in there, man. I'm real anxious. I think it's gonna be lit. What were you cooking, John? Up, Trumpet Master's on. What's up, Trumpet Master? I'm gonna be honest with you on the competition, guys. Just I'm gonna use my better judgment. Try not to pick no favorites, and I'm gonna vote for the best cook, man. I'm gonna try to keep it clean. Troy V, what's going on, Troy? He's using that Weber Smoke Fire. So I got the new Smoke Fires. I heard they worked all the kinks out of them. They work pretty good now. Trumpet Master. Trumpet Master might be the sleeper of the competition, man. I watched some of his videos the other day, man. He's doing some good stuff in those. I might want to watch out for him. He may be the under the radar dog in this one. Just for the fun of it. Hey, man, that's what it's all about, dude. Have fun. The good thing about that competition is you're getting your name out there and getting a little bit of promotion. And if you go in there and go out in the first round, man, you ain't lost nothing. But then you got nothing to lose but everything to gain. That's for dang sure. Oh, Chucko. Check out that beef rib video, Chucko. Yeah, it's definitely great exposure for your channel, man. I didn't know Smoking Joe was doing that, but I got put on nights at work. I didn't have time to do it. I would have loved to have been in it, but you know what? I'll catch it next year. I'll catch it next year. I'm still sitting on 275. That's the one thing I like about that big smoker back there. Is I just put them 4 pieces of woods on there, and it ain't dropped off. It's still holding right there, 275. Ain't nothing wrong with that. My look, I joined. They give me chicken. So yeah, man, fire and steel. So chicken is probably my weakness too. To be honest with you, chicken. I've been working on my chicken. I'm gonna do some half chicken videos when I get off of nights, man. Getting that skin crisp on this offset's been a challenge for me for damn sure. I did a beer can chicken yesterday. It come out pretty good. John doing the beef ribs. You got pork ribs? Oh, Trumpet Master's got pork ribs. Pork ribs, that's a good cook right there. Hell, the beef ribs is a good cook too. Excuse me, guys. I'm gonna go grab a beer right quick. All right, apologize, guys. Got to stay hydrated out here. Yeah, you can go take care of that fire and still over there where y'all are at. Y'all didn't get much rain here lately up that part of Texas, man. Be careful. That's all we need is a fire to burn people's houses down. Troy V. Yep, you can do some stuff with them beef ribs, no doubt. You be good too, man. Stay safe. Cold beer. That's good stuff. We still got 7 people in here. Somebody's name was withheld by Google for security purposes. Message retracted. Looks like we had a hacker or something in here. I guess you're leaving, Judge Webb. Later, man. What am I cooking today? So I got some pork ribs going on there. I just pulled off here about an hour ago. Well, probably not an hour ago, about 45 minutes ago. And then I've been shooting a video on a poor man brisket, aka chuck roast. I injected it with some prime grade beef tallow that I rendered down myself, and smoking it like a brisket. It was a real lean cut of meat with no damn marbling in it. I normally don't inject and do stuff like that, but I had to. Hopefully this thing turns out decent. If not, I'll post it as a fail video. All right, peace out, Judge Webb. Take it easy, bud. Oh, there's old Ted. I was wondering when you was gonna get on here, man. Yeah, so I've smoked them chuck roast on my pellet smokers and stuff, but I ain't done one on this one since I built it. So I figure I'd do it. And The ones I did on my pellet smoker, they were all right, but they didn't knock my socks off enough to want to try it again. So maybe this one right here changed my mind. Maybe this will change my mind. They got to be about done. I got to check it again here in about 15, 20 minutes. Matter of fact, I'm going to check it right now. It was at 180 last time I seen it. It's at 183. I'm going to bring it to about 195, then I'm going to rest it for about 5 hours before I slice it. I got to stay up all night. I'll wait for the for everything to get quiet and kids get to bed. I ain't got to worry about no hollering and screaming when I slice that thing. Paper, hush. Oh, Trump Master's got a 500-gallon tank. That's what my next build's gonna be. 500-gallon tank, man. I can help you on that, dude. I can help you on that. I mean, I don't know what kind of style smoker you're looking at making, but I know how I built that one back there, and I'm gonna make a 500-gallon just like it. Yeah, I'm about to get off here in about when it gets dark, do the fireworks, Ted. But I definitely got to do it. Yep, I'm gonna be doing the fireworks. I may hop back on after that. Like I said, I got to stay up all night tonight, so for work tomorrow night. Yeah, 500-gallon smoker. We can do something on that. I definitely know how to build an efficient smoker. I built that one back there with a Harbor Freight welding machine and a Amazon plasma arc. So, and that little propane tank. That little plasma arc I bought off of Amazon was worth its weight in gold. I paid $300 for it, and it blew through all that stuff like nothing, no other. Well, I built it so quick. I don't remember what the brand was though. Is that one of the? Is it a long 500-gallon or is it a short fat 500-gallon propane tank? It's fat. Yeah, you can do the same thing I did with that one back there. I've seen a lot of fat ones, but I don't want a fat one. I want a longer one. Reason being, that way you get your fire further away from your meat. But dimensions are dimensions. It's still the same cooking area no matter what. You can make you a decent smoker. You just got to get all your materials gathered up. And pro tip on gathering your materials up, I would go hit the junkyards up. Look for flat bar, look for angle iron, look for square tubing. You can probably buy metal in a junkyard right now, right around 50 cents a pound, versus going and buying that stuff for brand new because it is high as all get out. I want to say for a 20-foot stick of that 1.5-inch square tubing I got back there, I think it was like 135, $140 for a stick of that stuff. That's quarter-inch thick. But yeah, definitely get on Facebook Marketplace and go to junkyards and walk back there, and you can sit there and you can negotiate deals with these junkyards, and that's what I did for some of the material I got over there. I found some quarter-inch plate and all that, and you can get stuff for way cheaper in the junkyard than you can for or metal yards, scrap metal places than you can, and buying it brand new. Do I have smoker blueprints? No, I don't have blueprints, man. It's all up here. I mean, I just understand how airflow works and how a smoker's supposed to run. I did my trial and error with this one back here. With my exchange right back there. I started off small and then run a fire, and I'd make it to where it needed to be at. But now I've got everything down, and I figured some things out since then. I could probably draw something up, but heck, it ain't hard. To be honest with you. I mean, you always start with your doors, wherever you're going to put your doors. Once you lay your doors out and do your doors on there, and then you figure out, like I put my grate right there at the bottom of the door, about a half inch above the bottom of the door cut. So that's where my grates go, and then I lay my exchange out to that, my smoke collector out to that. No, I'm not in Conroe, man. I'm in Bleakwood, Trumpet Master. Bleakwood, Southeast Texas. Yep, Southeast Texas. But I'd love to help you on your pit, man. It ain't hard. We could having help. We could probably do that thing in about 3 days, 4 days. You're working our butts off. We could do it. Oh, here's a good question right here by Ted. Oh, yeah, Ted, I missed your question from earlier. Yeah, I'm going to put that 500 gallon on a trailer, man. That way I can move it around. Right now, that 250 gallon I got back here, I've got a forklift attachment on my tractor, and that's what I'm moving around with. But spot where I got it at's very scenic for the YouTube videos and all that. And I've kind of watched my yard throughout the day, and there ain't no one spot of this yard that's covered with shade for the whole day for me to want to move this smoker. So it's just going to stay where it's at for right now until I decide to move it one day. But see a lot of folks running fire in a basket or a grate elevated off. So now I'm not a fan of that, man. I don't think you're not gaining nothing by running your shit in a fire basket or putting a grate. You want to build them coals up, and them coals keep getting hotter and hotter. You probably wasn't on earlier, but I just put some wood on this back here, and I'm just essentially burning coal bed after coal bed down, and adding 4 big pieces of dense wood in there, and burning it. So, I mean, you want your fire low and slow. If you're in a grate or in a fire basket and your fire's not low and slow, man, you want your fire down as low as you get it. A lot of people get confused with low and slow. They think low and slow is your temp, going low and in a short period of time. But low and slow is your fire. You keep your fire low and slow where it ain't jumping flames all over the place. It's burning. The wood's burning slowly, and you bury your wood down in them coals. Yeah, keep in touch with me, man. Trumpet Master. What's your real name, Trumpet Master? Out of all the meat that I've smoked, which do I favor above all? That's a hard question, man. So, if I had to go with an overall meat smoke, or all the meat that I've had, this ain't just smoke, this is had. But reverse seared ribeye is my absolute favorite. As far as a steak would go, as far as a long smoke would go, it would be brisket and beef ribs. But you take a dead gum thick, 2 inch thick, 1 inch thick ribeye, you stick it on there and smoke it over here on this side of the smoker, real low heat, and then bring it over here and sear it off by the firebox like I did in that tomahawk video. Man, you can't beat that. That's the best damn steak ever. Yep, I'm just not a believer in those. Even if you got a cheap smoker that's got real thin metal, you can put the fire bricks in the bottom of it and burn your coal bed directly on top of it. Thank you. I run my fire like you on the firebox floor, but I have about a 10-hour cook. I get a lot of ash buildup. Assume it's okay to take some ash out of the firebox. So, how big's your smoker, Ted? How big's your firebox? Yep, brisket and beef ribs. Can't beat them. And then I would go with pork ribs as third. Then pork, pulled pork, and then stuff like that. Then another thing that's really underestimated is chicken leg quarters. I like cooking that too. Man, I like it all. Your firebox is 24-inch, 3/8 pipe. Hey, man, that's good. That's good dimensions right there. That's good heat retention. 3/8 of an inch thick. That's how thick my firebox is back there. How long's your cook chamber? Yeah, it won't hurt to take some ash out if you absolutely have to. What I like to do with if I get a lot of dead ash, I won't worry about necessarily pushing that ash out. But what I'll do is I'll push that ash to the very back of the firebox. That's why I built such a big firebox on that smoker back there. I've got room to do all that stuff. I've yet to have to take ash out of that dead gum thing because it just it's so big. I got room for all of it. So yeah, I mean that's good ratios right there. Your firebox is half the size of your smoker, so you got plenty of room to move your fire up and down in it. I don't know what size splits that you're burning in there, but or how you're actually set up, but you ought to be doing good. But I guess if you had too much ash in there, you can scrape some out. So back when I was running my old country Brazos, I would pile the ash up on the sides of the firebox, and when it got too piled up, I would scrape that ash off of the sides and not take away from the main coal bed up in the middle. Well, Clint Nelson's on. What's up, man? What are you doing? Drinking Miller Lite. I'll be drinking Bud Light, dude. Bud Light's what's up. Drinking that Miller Lite. You got some good questions, Ted, though. That's the kind of stuff I like to answer, man. The kind of stuff I like to answer. Yeah, nothing beats beer while running a fire, period. I try not to drink too much beer while I'm running a fire, man, because the other day I was doing this live stream. I had some ribs on. I got pretty lit. I kind of overcooked those ribs a little bit. Everybody else though, they were falling off the bone, but I don't like my ribs falling off the bone. I was like, damn it, man. But they were still good. Just not the way I like them. I like them having a little tug to them. Bacon wrapped sweet corn. That's something I ain't done in a long time. That is some deadgum good eating. My dad just grew a bunch of corn and gave me some, and I actually meant to do something with it this holiday, but I totally forgot about it. So it's still in the freezer. But I've got about 20 years of sweet corn my dad gave me that he grew. I'm gonna definitely do some bacon wrapped sweet corn. I may do a deadgum, put that in one of my videos. That is some good eating. If y'all ain't never tried bacon wrapped sweet corn before, you get all over that. Well, we're down to 3 people now. Down to 3 people. Y'all fixing to get some behind the scenes shooting on my YouTube video. Fixing to have to shoot my final scene on my Yeah, bacon makes everything better. There ain't no doubt about it. There ain't nothing that you can't put on bacon that won't make it better. Yeah, if I'd have to set my camera up and do my 5 hour check, or no, that would be it'd be 5 hours. Put that stuff on it. Yeah, my chuck roast has been going for 5 hours. It's probably getting about where it needs to be on internal temp. So no, Ted, I don't have linseed oil on it, man. A lot of people use linseed oil, but linseed oil will burn off over time. If you see how dark my firebox is back there, I buy cheap cooking oil from the store, and I spray it on there before I burn my coal bed down. And then at the very end of cooks, I'll spray it down too, and just keep it seasoned like a cast iron, and it stays black and it don't rust. And probably about once every week, I'll spray the whole entire smoker down and keep a film of oil on it, and keep it from rusting. To me, that works better than paint's just going to flake off, and that oil will slow down oxidation and rust and all that, and it'll give you a nice cast iron like finish on your firebox and stuff. Yeah, I go and buy the cheapest spray oil at Walmart or wherever, and I just coat it down in it real good. Every now and then I do the inside too, even the inside of the firebox. Yeah, that boiled linseed oil, it'll burn off that firebox over time. It'll hold up on your cook chamber, but it won't last on the firebox. And then if I get too much tallow, I'll put a little bit of tallow on it too. Pan Chucko. All right, guys, y'all gonna have to bear with me for a minute. I gotta do some shooting on this chuck roast. I'll be right back. Any feral hogs on my property? Not till late in the winter time. They might come up for a little while, but my dogs they keep them run off. So I don't see very many of them, but I do have a lot of deer that come up in here in the pasture and eat grass all the time. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys. So we're at the 5 hour mark on our chuck roast cook. It's time to check it for our final internal temp. As you can see, a bunch of paper soaked up in it. All the oils. I got to step back a minute. I'm getting smoked out. Open that firebox door a little bit. So our tallow soaked up in it. It's keeping our meat nice and soft. It's time to check for an final internal temp. We are sitting at 196, 197 on the internal temp. I'm going to call that good. Next time you guys see this, it'll be when we slice it up after it takes about a 4 or 5 hour rest. Stay tuned. Look at the little baby brisket. That's a chuck roast in there. And you know what? I probably could took a chuck roast off a feel. That does feel tender. All right, guys, I'm back. So now that's taken care of. That's my chuck roast video I got coming up. Hold it off at a 197 internal temp. It'll carry over to 200. Getting close to firework popping time. About another 30 minutes, it'll be black. We'll keep this live chat for another 30 minutes. Hey man, so that's a good idea, and you know, I plan on doing some pastrami beef ribs and pastrami brisket like that. But you know what? Doing that chuck roast like a pastrami would be a good trial run for dang sure because I've never made pastrami before. Pastrami pulled beef. Ted, you need to do that, man. That's your idea, dude. Start your YouTube channel and get started, dude. You can do that. I'll be honest with you, I ain't seen nobody do that. You might be on something, man. That's what this is all about is getting in there and getting the fad going. But that is a good idea. I may have to steal it from you at one point in time. A pastrami, that would be good, man. A pastrami pulled beef sandwich with a au juice and some caramelized onions and some Swiss cheese. Dude, that'd be off the chain, man. That would be good. Ain't no doubt. That'd be awesome. I guess when service gets a little shitty, the screen gets a little. I need to invest in a good webcam. I don't know. I guess this does kind of hide my ugliness. Yeah, pork pastrami. I definitely there, man. There's all kind of stuff that I want to do, but the way I've been shooting my videos here lately is I've been trying to shoot a few at the same time to get out of this Texas heat and have some time off on the weekends to go do stuff with the family and kids. When wintertime comes, I'll be a little bit more heavier and pumping them videos out. My goal for this year was to put out a video a week. Next year, I'm going to try to put out 2 videos a week as my channel grows. When I get over 500 subscribers, I'm going to start, pumping out more videos. Right now, I'm at 444. But man, yeah, a pork pastrami, add some pork shoulder. Well, that'd be actually a ham, but you can get a pastrami flavor too. I planned on doing a pork butt, making a ham out of a pork butt. I'm going to save that for the holidays, for the festive stuff. Get that going. We got 4 in the live chat. So yeah, sausage, man. So believe it or not, I've only been making sausage for about a year. I bought all my sausage making stuff right after I bought the old country Brazos, and so I went and they're high dollar now, which they were considered high dollar back then. But I went and I bought the half horsepower #8 LEM meat grinder, and that thing is a damn boss, man. It'll grind some stuff up. The big bite. Don't get the mighty bite. The mighty bite's got plastic gears and stuff in it. Get the big bite. It's all metal gears. At the time, I paid $340 for it. And then I got a Haka 7 pound sausage stuffer, and I got a Haka 20 pound meat mixer, manual. And one thing I'll say is don't get hard pressed to get a meat mixer. You can do that by hand unless you're planning on doing a massive amount of sausage. And if you're going to do it a massive amount of sausage, get a mixer that can do like 50 pounds and make it worth it. Having a little 20 pound meat mixer to clean up on it was a pain in the butt, and it just wasn't worth doing what I was doing because I was only doing maybe 25 pounds at a time. But I will get a bigger mixer one day. And the same thing for a sausage stuffer. If you're going to do the sausage stuffing, a 7 pound makes for a lot of dead gum work, man. You got to reload it, case up, then reload it. And when you're doing bigger batches, like I always do mine in 25, 30 pound batches. I did 50 pounds at one time not too long ago. Some pork sausage, man. That was a lot of damn work to do by yourself. But definitely, I would definitely at least get a 15 pound stuffer, at least, if you can afford it. If not, then get the smaller one, depending on how much you're going to make. But yeah, the LEM meat grinder, and then another one that looks good that all these big time YouTubers, Smoking Joe and Chuds and all them been using are the meats. The meats look like some quality products. And then I was on YouTube yesterday, and Walton. I don't know what quality brand the Walton meat grinders are, but they've made a grinder head that does a double grind for you because I double grind all my sausage. I go through the kidney plate first, then I go through the 3/8 course plate. This one here has got two blades in it and two heads in it, so it automatically cuts it and then sends it through the kidney plate, and it double cuts it in one pass. It does all your sausage grinding in one pass, and I'm really intrigued by that. And I wrote in the comments, "Hey, send me some of that, and I'll do a trial run and let y'all know how it turned out." But being a small YouTube channel, they probably looked at me and was like, "Oh, the hell with this guy? We're not doing that." And yeah, I definitely look into that Walton double grind head. And I don't know if that head will work on other grinders or not. I was tempted to maybe buy one and try it on my LEM. If it didn't work, send it back. But I definitely want to see what that does.